To show you how to calibrate the Mini 28 EZrun HOBBYWING, and show you how to program it too. So what you want to do, let me get power to it. Turn on your transmitter. Make sure the transmitter on the throttle is dead center. You don't want to have no input on the back or the front. And what you want to do is you want to turn the power on and hold it for like 3-4 seconds till it start flashing green. Well, not green, will start flashing. So that's right there. It's trying to find the neutral. So you hit the set button. The flash green is waiting for throttle. You want to pull full throttle. If you're holding full throttle, you want to hit it again. It's going to flash 2 times. Now I was waiting for the reverse, so you go full reverse. You hold it, and it's gonna flash 3 times. And now it's armed. It done read it, calibrated this arm. You can throttle, reverse, throttle, brake, reverse. That's how you calibrate that. You turn it off. Hold it. Hold a second. The power off. Just make sure everything is right. Turn it back on. It's gonna go through a cycle. And there you go. That's how you set your end points, your throttle and brake in neutral. But you gotta make sure, you definitely gotta make sure that your controller, but I'm using the SLT3, the Spectrum controller. I don't know if anybody got a different controller, but I guess it's basically the same way. But you just want to make sure that your throttle position is dead center on your controller before you calibrate, because if you got any type of input on that throttle, like if I turn this throttle just a little bit, see it's flashing. It's flashing because I'm getting a signal right now. You definitely don't want that. You want to turn it till it hits 0. Now if I go back on the throttle, I'm getting signal. But if I go all the way in, if I go all the way forward on the throttle, it moves. So you definitely want to set your throttle on your controller at dead center. And turn it off. Turn that off. Let me show you how to program it. So how to program this with the multifunction box. You're gonna take out your throttle port on the ESC. You're gonna plug this up. Make sure it's in the correspondent plug. If you have one of these, turn it on and turns on. Hopefully you can see that. So you on that, it's initializing. You got your running mode. forward brake, reverse whip brake. Then you max forward force, max reverse force, cut off voltage, ESC thermal protection, VEC voltage. I think the servo good at 6 volts, pretty snappy with stock. You probably can, if you got a upgraded servo, you probably can change it to 7.4, but I'm keeping it at 6. Motor rotation. Now this is where it was at. The motor was going backwards when I installed it. So that's the stock setting, the counterclockwise. So I had to come down here and click on this, make it clockwise, and then hit save, and then back out. And then you see down there it says CW, so it saved that. The throttle rate control, 20%, ain't really mess with nothing. Initial throttle force, I probably can change that. That's like, I guess, more like a punch value, I'm gonna say. They go all the way up to 15%. So if you can change that if you want to, but 2 seems pretty, I mean, for me, depending on how you, it's a lot of settings in here that you can mess with. PM drive frequency, softening value, that's another punch setting. So the higher 10, 20, 25% is your softening range. So I want to say that it's backwards. Like 0 is like not too soft, but if you need to soften it up, like you change that. I want to say that, not too sure, but I think that's what the softening range is. Max brake force, I got at 80%. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go 50. I'm gonna go 60, 65. So go 65. I'm gonna click on that and hit save. Brake control, that's a percentage of your brake rate. Brake frequency 6K. I think that 12K 16. You can customize it. So I guess you can have like a curve or whatnot. I'm gonna leave that where it's at. And boost timing, 0 degrees. That's stock. You can change the timing on the boost about 1 degrees all the way up to I should have just went backwards instead of scrolling down. 56. And I'm gonna leave that at 0. They say you can play with those once you start running, and then activation, that's on RPM. Like you can do it on auto, but the RPM, once the motor gets up to 6,000 RPM, that boost's gonna kick in. And then it's gonna end about 22,000 RPM. But you can change that if you like. Just all depending on, and the turbo time is at stock is at 20. Like I said, you can change that, how much timing you want on it. I ain't really messing with that. You mess with that, it's like you really like messing with, like trying to, like, it'll make the motor, I'm gonna say hot. If you like mess with that too much or get it too high, it's not like right. And then the turbo delay, I made the turbo delay instant. It was on like 0.5 seconds stop, but I made that instant. You can go all the way up to 1 second. So you got like 1 second at full throttle for the turbo to kick in. But I got it on instant on full throttle. I might go back for a little. Increase rate. Turbo rate 24 degrees. So at like 1 second, 24 degrees, you can change that 27. You increase rate instant. Decrease rate, same as the increase, decrease. You reset parameters. But yeah, that's how you set it up. But you definitely, I want to say with that, in this, like, you definitely have to change your clockwise, your motor, because I said it was counterclockwise, and I had to change that to clockwise to get it going forward. But that's how you do that. Once that's done, set, back out of that, turn this off, plug this back up and see how I like that instant throttle. It's a lot of programming, you can play with it. Once you get it, I just don't, at like a, get to the track, it's like an hour away. So I haven't really been able to run it on the track just to see. Let's see how that. But that's it. That's how you program and calibrate it. You got on instant power. Go instant turbo. I probably can adjust that if you want a little bit more punch, but I think it's fine. All right.